Hey everybody, welcome to the Tuesday Night Live. Just smoking on this Tango Mango, hanging out with Levels and the Germinator. What are you guys smoking on?
The old OG from What's Up, Buds.
What are you guys smoking on?
The old OG from What's Up, Buds.
Someone's going echo.
Yeah, that was me.
All right,
I had YouTube playing.
Cheers, brother.
My bad.
Was it Tyler? It might have been Tyler.
I think it's going now, though.
What up,
Hey, Bubba? Enjoy.
Damn, why I can't remember his name.
What are you guys smoking on out there in the chat?
What up, Drummy Talk?
Let me get this going.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, man.
It was nice weather today.
Yeah, it got hot as hell.
It
got
nice.
80.
That's awesome. It's warming up now across.
Yeah, it's gonna get warm this week, I believe.
How's your guys' grows going so far?
Yeah, we're in the 70s all week long. 77 more, 73,
Sounds like outdoor growing.
Yeah, it'll be probably early summer.
That'd be dope.
Pip, is that?
Sorry, go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna ask more Pip. Is it frosty? Damn.
No, I get
What's up, certified?
Yeah, certified.
Yeah, cheers, Bubba. We did too.
Outdoor.
Matt, I'm not at the grow tonight, but I got the 4x4 running. We got the 4 Lucky Charmlades in there. We got 3 No Jokes going in there, and I got 4 Pink Lemonade Cross Fruity Pebbles OG clones. The clones tomorrow are going to go in the 3x3. And that's going to go down on top of them. They're going to get trained out for flower within the next week or so. To backdoor that, the What's Up 7 Points Grow? Cheers. The 4 Lucky Charmlades, they're going to be flowered out probably. I don't know. Soon, hopefully. And then the No Jokes are going to go in the veg in the 32x32. And I got a flowering plant in the 2x2. It's at day 34 right now. A flower.
Nice. So you got a bunch of different stages going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that perpetual. I've been drying
Yeah,
and canning the last couple of weeks, so
it works. It works. Hey, what's up, old guy? I hope you're doing well. Ooh. You got you on there, Terminator?
Yep. I didn't know if Levels was done talking or not. I was just trying to be respectful.
yeah.
You good?
Yeah, you're good.
So that's vanilla frosting. That was a clone, my first clone. These are Outlaw Seeds Fruit Nuke. I can't remember the name. Garden Cultivation, Mr. Organics, and Sea Bunny hooked me up with these 3.
Yeah.
And that's Gelato OG Otto from Seedsman. Bizzle 420 hooked me up with that. And I'm about to strip her down and get them all fed. And these ones got stripped yesterday. These are Copycat Genetics banana puddings that Bizzle also hooked me up with.
What up, Moonwater? Cheers to
You know,
this.
I'm trying to go pretty hard, strip them, get them. Like, this is not where they're going to stay, so it looks like I should flip already, but this is not where they're staying.
Shout out
They're,
to Google
they're going to go in there.
for the genetics. What up, KJ? Much Moonwater.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Biz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
It's kind of choppy on my side. Is it just me, or
No, it's a little.
it was clear and then it got chopped? It was clear when we were backstage.
That's at McDonald's Wi-Fi. Sometimes he just gets too far away.
you still got me?
Yeah, but again, but it's a little bit. It's not as clear as it was when we were backstage. It was coming in perfect. It's like now it's a little pixely.
Oh.
You know, it's getting a little better now.
Just got to stop moving.
Damn, it was clear as hell last time he was pointing in that tent.
Yeah, when we were backstage, everything was looking crisp.
Yep.
Yeah, Tiff, got I'll throw it up. A bunch of us do actually. Levels, you can throw yours up too if your Discord up, because I know that you're very active.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I got going on.
So the auto, it's already flowering, huh?
It's already budding. Yep. It's already flowering.
Fuck yeah, that's a big.
I did nothing to that auto besides feed and water. I
No
didn't
training.
no topping, no training, no nothing. This will be my first defoliation tour ever.
Yeah, it's looking good. You're learning the space too in the 5x5, because that's like you were saying.
Yeah.
Time in there.
Yep.
And when you come back at it next time, you're gonna.
Yeah, well, with these 4, I'm trying to fill it out completely. So, but I got time to top and bang on them and stress them out, you know. It's all learning for me, you know. It's all first run in the 5x5, first time doing different grows and different stages and different feedings, new nutrient line. This stuff's new to me.
Fuck yeah. You're doing well with it, though. I can say that.
Well,
I'm
I'm just following their recipe and not only dividing it in half. I'm going less than half even.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. I know I do that. I'm using half strength on raw when I do it.
Yeah. Not only because it's kind of cheap, save me money.
Well, a lot of the
times
plants
don't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, I already got tip burns over here a little on this one. That's the only one though.
You're gonna have to drop down maybe and come back up.
You're
Am I that rough? All right.
Yeah, you've been froze. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler, you've been. I don't know.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I'll tell him.
Hey, KBF. I know you by your other name.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking. I'm like, what do I call you?
King B.
Operation.
What's
Exactly.
up, Hoods?
Hey, Jinx. Hope you're having a good evening.
Daisy Susan, what up, brother? Cheers.
Hey.
Yeah, Jinx, I ain't seen you in a while, man. I hope all is well, Tommy. Been a while.
What up, bud? I hope you're doing well. AJ.
Shout out to AZ, man. Hooking it up with the no joke.
Kevin, hope you're doing well, man.
Kevin.
If anybody has gardens they want to come up and show, feel free. I will end up showing some of my stuff here, but I'll give preference to other people's gardens.
Thank you, Hazy. Yeah, they're coming along. I gotta get to the grove tomorrow. I probably should have went there tonight, but run to it. Yeah, let's see these plants, y'all. Where these grows at? The link's at the top of the chat. For those that don't know, hit that link. Come share your garden with us.
Yo,
Terminator ain't come back.
he might be doing like resetting his motor or something. Because it'd be cool if he came up and showed his plants again. Because they were nice backstage, and as soon as we went live, they went all pixely. And he has some good stuff going on there. So,
Oh, no link posted. Wow.
Oh, wait a minute.
Bum, bum. That's why Tyler couldn't get back. Tyler's probably like, I need the link, motherfucker.
I think it's there, but I never pinned it. So I think Moon had to go to the very, very top to get it.
What's up, Moon?
Yeah, I did.
It's pinned now. I'm sorry, dude.
Let's go, Hazy. Congrats.
So now the link's up there.
7 points. Hell yeah, man. Congratulations.
Dude, that's getting so thick in there, dude. It's looking good.
Yeah, hopefully when I run this strain again next time, it'll just be spears like that. Each one of these squares will just be a giant spear poking out, hopefully. Yeah, they're super nice. Let me shut this fan off real fast.
Sorry that I didn't pin it.
Oh yeah, this one's getting real frosty. Yeah.
Can you put Moon full screen?
Oh yeah.
Pretty please.
So
Can you go
this
back
one,
out?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that I pollinated a branch. I remember gonna go label it, but then I got high and I forgot. So I come in last night, a couple weeks later, and this motherfucking orange hairs everywhere. I forgot I pollinated it. And so I'm looking for herms like a motherfucker. I'm like, wait a second, it's got to be up here. So I'm inspecting all these spots, and there was a little pollen drift here because some red hairs there, but so I haven't found it yet. Or I mean, any herms. So I'm pretty sure I pollinated it and forgot about it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. And now I feel stupid because those were good seeds. It was the original Afghani father.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the one that did it.
But yeah, it happens. Yeah, I got pollen from everything. Over the years, I learned how to store it. I've had pollen last up to 6 years and have like 25% viability. My new technique, I think I can go longer because I just put them in the vials, keep them in a desiccant, and then I don't open that vial until I need to pollen. And then there's like 10 vials of each pollen, or each vial has pollen from the same male. So that should be like 10 individual breedings, I guess, without contaminating it.
What's up, country? Well, we'll get you up right after Moonwater is done. Is that all good, man?
Talking to me?
Yeah, I was just saying to country, Moonwater, after Moonwater's done showing, we'll get you up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm here.
So as far as what I think are the keepers, this one here for a short pheno is just greasy and super terpy. And these ones are terpy too. They're just not as thick in the trichomes.
Well, you starting to stack. You're looking good, Moon.
And then this one here in the middle, that's the keeper that I'm thinking because it's super crystally. And this one's just as crystally, but I got stock rot on it because I didn't have a fan under here. and running cocoa, it's a little different. And I'm new to cocoa, so gonna learn some things. And then this one here, it doesn't have very much crystal on it at all. I don't know if you can see. It's coming on there though. But yeah, we got clones of everything. And then I got real good clones of this is number 8 and number 10. So that'll be cool. And then this one was just like a seed tester. Then that's what comes out of the first seed. There should be other good ones too. But yeah,
Bro,
that's what
look
I
at
got,
that.
guys.
Yeah, you're fucking rocking it. I
Oh,
can't
wait.
for
Hold on one second.
outdoors gonna be so sick. Y'all brace yourselves, man. Matt, you going
Yeah, I
outdoors?
got these wheels. Oh. I'm gonna put these wheels on the bottom of this wood here, and they swivel.
Yeah.
So it'll kind of be like Hazy Susan a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll probably put them over here,
Well,
so I can move
so
it
you
around
can
and stuff.
spin the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll be able to spin the whole thing, move it back, forth, and stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'll have to wait till like next grow, but
Damn,
I'll
that
have
bitch-
enough space to raise it up a little bit.
Right.
Those
Fuck
are
yeah.
really starting to
Hell
get
yeah.
swelling nicely. Nice work.
Now, only thing with that though, Moon,
Yeah.
you won't be able to remove it once you're trellis.
The trellis is hooked to the. It's ghetto, but yeah, it's all hooked to this.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's one
dog.
unit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No,
That's nice.
it's kind of yeah. Not the cleanest, but shit, you know.
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
Everything was expensive. It cost me fucking $18 or $16 in paint, spray paint, and I couldn't even have enough to finish these 4 logs. I was like, damn. Well, you know, you buy the local store products, and they're a little more expensive, anyways. I could have went and got probably $4 cans, but oh yeah, guys, that's all I really have.
No, looking
Yeah.
good, Moon.
Yeah, it's looking really good. It's filling in a lot more, even from last week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, no, she's stacking. I love the new nutrients, that Flora Pro series.
Oh yeah, you switched it up. Now you still.
So it's
do
got
you
the
eat aminos?
what's that? Yeah, oh yeah, I use those every water almost.
So, yeah, there you go. Now you do that because you running cocoa, the silver bag, or the pink. They got
It's,
the pink.
it's to help chelate the calcium.
Well, what's the the pink one is what then? Matt?
The pink one's the soy
Amino.
protein hydrosilate, I think,
Yeah,
and it's a broad spectrum
yeah.
Oh,
versus this
It's
is
more of an organic.
this is powder.
sort.
Yeah, this is lab grade powder.
Carl
Yeah,
was
this is
thinking
like
about
lab
getting, amino in his grow, but he didn't know which one to grab. I was trying to
I
tell him.
told him if he was gonna reservoir it to get the silver one, but if he's gonna water every time and mix the water to get the other one, so it won't
Yeah,
live. You know,
That's right.
that's
that's
what Matt
totally
said, right? Hell
Yeah, that's right.
No, he's talking about you know, all the stuff we're talking about, and I'm like, dude, you running aminos? He's like, no. I'm like, dude, the fucking aminos is the semi truck of all these micronutrients, you know. And he's like, oh fuck. So I noticed a huge change once I started using aminos.
I was thinking we can get in there too. I ain't gonna lie. Matt preaches it. I know a bunch of homies that fuck.
Oh, Harley Smith does. That's where Harley Smith, like, he's one who backtracked what the Dutch did, because that's how the Dutch increased the calcium when they made fungicides and pesticides illegal overnight, and they were losing crops. So they ended up increasing the aminos to bring the calcium up to the plant, so they didn't have those issues. They had the higher bricks, and they didn't have the fungus issues or bugs. because sucking insects won't recognize your plants as food if it has a higher than 12% bricks level.
Right.
So I've been using the FloraPro at 1 teaspoon of the cal and then 2 of the late bloom right now. And then I'll do 1 teaspoon of the raw bloom just to have, because it's got the humates and volcanic ash and the humic and the
that's a
kelp.
pack. Those are packed. Those are the really good. But those don't do well in a reservoir. I found in the past, like that all-in-one.
I would
solution.
imagine not, because it's got molasses in it and shit.
It doesn't do well in the reservoir, but it does well to mix up and use.
Yeah, it's just diversity. I think it's got all kinds of the goods.
Yeah,
I don't think the nitrogen.
It's because if they eat the calcium pectate in the plant, the bugs actually don't do so well. It's not good for them.
Yeah. That's what I got here. Shoot.
But they recognize that it's in there, so they don't even attempt to eat it. Looking good, man.
Yeah, so when you say that, like, so we get aphids weird out here. Like, we'll have thunderstorms and like these big wind events, and usually the next morning I'll see the flying aphids, like in spider webs and stuff when I'm watering the garden. And, they'll land on my plants. And usually I'll spray them with like that safer insecticidal soap, but I never see them have babies. But like in my garden, I see them on the cabbages, in the tobacco, and a whole bunch. That's like, they cling to that stuff. And I'm thinking if they wanted to come on the cannabis, they could, but they don't want to.
You're probably just giving extra attention to your cannabis plants. They probably have a higher brick level than the rest of the stuff.
High bricks. Yeah, they got high bricks. Supposedly, once it's a high bricks, it's like sucking maple syrup, and they can't do that. It'll kill them. So they like to have the less healthy Mountain Dew plants, that are on tap.
Well, and they even recognize that. They know that that's a natural thing, and they will avoid even being on the plant and biting it in the first place because they know that that's in that. They'll know what they can eat and can't eat. So that's why sometimes they'll see it none on that plant, but they're on the other one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I listened to a story. It was from Jeff Lowenthal's years ago, and a couple, they had a tree farm, and they didn't have aphids, but this one plant had aphids, and they're like, well, this one has high nitrogen compared to the other ones, and that's what's causing the aphids to come. And the guy's like, well, we feed them all the same. And the guy's like, well, all kinds of things change and blah, blah, blah. And it comes to find out that farmer, every time he'd get out of his truck, he'd pee by that truck or by that plant. And that was causing it to get more nitrogen, causing it to get the aphids. So the guy told him, well, just start peeing on all different plants because you only need to pee on that plant about 7 times to get it its nitrogen or something.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey. You mind if we get a country up? Because I know he's been kind of waiting to show his garden.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. This is all I got. I was just chilling.
Yeah, man. I kind of understood that. No, you can still hang out. I'm just gonna.
I'll be in the background for sure.
Cheers, man. There you go, Matt.
What's up, country? Good to see you, brother. Hell yeah. You're muted, by the way.
Oh, I see. Hey, what's up, guys?
Cheers, bro.
Oh. What I got going on?
Oh man, looking nice. Nicely. Are they all different?
Yeah, I got Skittles here. This is the OG Kush Skittles. OG. This one and this one's, they're getting ready to leave this tent. Got three Fruity Pebbles and 3 OG Kush and 3.
Nice.
This
Good
guy,
variety.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he's doing. I'll be honest, I travel between states. I've been doing a lot of traveling here, been sick a lot.
Yeah.
But I might come back. Like let's see here. I left here Saturday, get back to this state till Monday. Yesterday evening, they were just dry. I had no purple stemming at all, man. But I've left them dry a couple times, so it's some of them are getting.
Man.
And what's your temperature? What's your temperatures at normally?
Right now I'm at
76.
right around there. Everything's going good this way, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Smelling good. Everything.
A lot of the times it will bounce back after you start giving it what it needs.
For sure. I'm getting ready to flip.
And leads are beautiful.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to flip the flower. I'm more of a. I know the last time I came on here, I don't know if you remember that or not, but I came on here one other time. I think I had OG Kush going. I'm more of like a 1-2 plant type of guy.
Yeah.
At this time, it's been a minute. I've been able to actually do a grow. Like I've just been traveling and working a lot and just going.
Right.
I finally got a spot so I can pop up a grow real quick. Oh man, everything looks good. Everything's been topped. This little guy right here, I just topped today. But like I said, this one's going to come out.
Okay.
And then this one's coming out too. It's just a little. This is the OG Kush here.
Okay.
I've been feeding. She's starting to come back, but you can tell like with the leaves here, just how I left these dry a couple times. Like it sucks, but I did, man. I left them dry. I just couldn't get back to them in time. But this one's really bouncing back.
You are in the best stage for that, though, right? When you're in veg, you can recover from that before flipping, so you can have a healthy plant into flowers. When you're in flower, you don't want to be making those mistakes. But
here, I got one back here. It just doesn't want to go, man. It just doesn't want a lot of water. It just is what it is. I'm hoping that I've been kind of waiting on this one to see if it'll perk up and go before I do flip the flower, but I'm tired of waiting, man. I've been in veg for 30 days now.
How trained in are those plants though? Would you be able to maybe lift up that back corner and move one of the taller ones and swap it to see if it would fill in a space easier that way for you? Or are they trained in enough where you wouldn't want to be doing that?
No, I've got a couple. I got a couple of them I can move. I mean, one right here, a little trained in. I kind of cropped the camera. Weird. Oh, it's backwards. My camera's backwards, but you can see like I cropped this here, flipped it over.
Yeah.
But
because that would be my suggestion. If you have a little taller plant and like in the middle, that you might want to you can always move that to the corner and then move the smaller one so it's gonna be easier to deal with. Because right now, but you don't even know, because some of these plants could stretch a lot more in flower than they are even in veg, depending on their genetics.
Like this is a 4x4.
Yeah, it's
nothing like I want it to get too out of control, but and I'm only in 3-gallon pots, and I grow no less than 5 gallons.
Yeah.
This is my first time ever growing in 3-gallon pots, so I'm just trying it out, and I just wanted to get some medicine. You know what I'm saying, and I've just been traveling way too much. Everything looks. Everything's healthy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't see the purpling here on the stems start to come in.
Oh, that on the petioles is very common, regardless.
It's the water, though, man. I haven't been, like I said, Dude, I got home last night and they were so dry. Like, they were dry. They were dry today. And I bottom feed too.
Yeah.
And there, it's just Fox Farm and Gaia Green.
Okay.
Then I've got my wick. You know, I got the.
Okay. Yeah. I see. That's cool.
Dude, I left out of here Saturday morning thinking I filled them up. Thinking I'll be good, man. And they were so dry. They're all stretching though. They're all still looking at the light. It's drooping. They're starting to droop down now because the lights go out at 10 o'clock here. So they're about to be. I don't know.
You're taking 2 out, right? How many are you gonna have in there when you decide to flip?
I got 2 now. Well, I know these two are gonna come out for sure. Those
Yeah.
2. I haven't set the other 10 up yet, and I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll probably set the other 10 up, get those 2 girls out of here, and then rearrange. And I really need to get that one back there. Like, need to try to figure it out because it just won't. It's right there for a week now, but it's still growing. I did some defoliation on it last night just to maybe try to kick it in gear, but we'll see what happens. But also back there. There's a fan back there and a heater back there. I don't know. I think Fruity Pebbles is actually a smaller plant.
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking that if you're not too trained into this net now, you may want to move some stuff around if you're realizing that one's not as big as some of the others.
Right.
If you're able to, if you're trained into it, if you're willing to risk it, you can. But they could take off and flower.
Right about that. That's what I'm kind of thinking. If I just flip this thing into flower in the next couple of days and just let it ride out, you know. I got a Fruity Pebble here and an OG. OG Kush is my favorite. That's my favorite strain. But to fall back on too. But everything looks good, man. Everything looks nice and healthy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're definitely back on track with them. You can see how everything's coming back healthier.
Yes. Everything's pretty much looked this way. Like I said, I've just started to recently. These last 2 times I had to leave state, go into another state, and come back. And they were dry, and I know it's. Plus, I topped them. I topped them 3 days ago. They were. Or wait, I topped all of them last Thursday. I topped today. This. Nope. Right. Yeah, I got purple stems, man. I'm kind of bummed about it.
Oh yeah. I can see the stem there. That's why I was worried about your actual temperatures. Where your thermometer is, you're not just doing your thermometer at your light temperature. Is that actually coming down?
Down below too. It's down somewhere.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of the times that's where I get it from. Like right now in my gardens, I'm growing across the board. I'm growing in fairly cold temperatures, and I'm getting a lot of slower, smaller growth, but still decent. But it's just been an overly cold winter here, at least where I live.
Yeah, I'm in Ohio.
Yeah, I'm battling the cold temps.
I'm in Ohio right now, and it's brutal out. Job promotion came out here. The temperature is just brutal. Like, I don't think I've ever been like sick this much in my.
Because that's what I see. I see cold. I see a cold environment happening. I don't know if it's at night with your lights off.
So there's, I don't know if
Yeah, 75. That's not bad for, but I don't know what your lights off is when your tents are off, when everything's.
It's 77 right now. I've got going to, but I'm in here breathing. But yeah. This is typical. I pretty much got it dialed in. I mean, I've never seen any huge fluctuations in temperature or anything like that. It's the watering. It's just them going without water so long. Then all of a sudden I come back with water, and it just kind of shocks them a little bit. But they're not too bad.
Yeah, Franks, you're right. The thing is temperature. When you have low temperature, it affects your phosphorus uptake.
Right.
So that's how you get the purpling stems.
Yep. See, and when I got home last night, I bottom fed them. I didn't want to just dump a bunch of water in there, you know. I bottom fed them, and dude, I waited like 3 hours. They weren't doing anything. They weren't water, so I put a cup of water in each one, kind of get going. An hour and a half later, the water was gone out of the pot.
Yeah,
it took it all. I don't know if it was just like one cup or what. But they wouldn't. First 3 hours, man, wouldn't do anything. They smell good. They look good. Good harvest here. And like I said, I'm just doing Gaia. This run, I'm just doing Gaia green. Casting, all that good stuff. How do I turn the camera around? How do I turn the camera around? Oh, you know who I am, don't you? Sort of.
Yeah, what's up?
You remember who I am?
Yeah, I know. I've seen you up before in you were showing your garden before, and you're also the same guy who throws up a lot of supers.
Oh yeah, that's just.
So I know who you are, brother. I wanted to make sure you got time up here. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You ain't gotta thank me, bro. I know. It takes a lot of time, man. All the editing, everything. It takes a lot of time, bro.
Yeah. No, I hear you, dude. No,
your knowledge makes my grows look like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know everything looks nice, but it looks looking good.
Yeah. I honestly think once you get because you said you're dry a little bit there. Once you get your watering on track, you already see the growth coming back nicer.
Yeah.
And it's right. And your temperatures really, they don't seem too bad. As long as you don't dip. Like I'm dipping into the 60s during the night. Yeah. So, and that's why I'm getting very similar growth to that. So that's why I was suggesting cold.
Yeah, it's this week is actually I think it's like here, but no, it just seems the temperature's pretty much stayed steady. I will say the humidity has fluctuated a lot. I'm still trying to learn the environment house I'm in here. I've only been here for like a month and a half in this house.
What soil is he in? Did you say already?
I'm in. So what I did here is I took I got Fox Farm Ocean Forest, and I got and then I took Coir. So I did a whole bag of the big bag of the Fox Farm, and then I did the Coir. I added no perlite, nothing, but then I did 10 scoops of the Gaia Green 284 and 10 scoops of the 444 with the Ocean Forest. These things have only been fed once in the whole 30 days.
Let's go.
That's the only time that I've not fed them anymore. I want to feed them. Obviously, I want to feed right before I flip the flower. That's another thing I'm kind of waiting for. They just don't look. I have no deficiencies. I don't have, you know what I mean? I don't have anything going on. So I'm trying to, I don't know. Gaia Green is just kind of iffy, man. sometimes I've added Gaia Green to my plant before, and the next day my leaves are curling. They got nitrogen burn. It's like so. Sometimes
Are you adding, like, whenever I did Gaia Green, like when I do it, I always kind of add in more worm castings but I'm not really.
This is what I add. So I take the worm castings and I'll put it in a tote, and then I do my feeding of Gaia Green, which here I've got 9 pots. I've got 9 plants going here.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll add the recommended. Well, I might go like a scoop less on every pot. But then that's what I do. Then I mix it in with the worm castings, and then that's what I put on top of it. I dress it in on top, and then that's it. Every time I just take Gaia Green and just put it directly on top of and rub it in, it hurts my plants every single time. I've never had one time that it did not.
How often are you doing it?
Oh, I let the plant tell me when it's hungry.
Okay.
I don't do it like no less than every 30 days for sure. But it also depends on what I'm growing. I mean, OG Kush isn't a very hungry plant veg.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. Fruity Pebbles I've never grown, and Skittles I've never grown. Skittles and the Fruity Pebbles are from Supreme Seed.
Okay.
And OG Kush is from Royal Queen Seeds.
Okay, yeah. You guys got good genetics.
So I've had a really good harvest with OG Kush from Royal Queen Seed. Like I've had really good bud with Royal Queen Seed on the OG Kush for sure. But yeah, I don't feed. Like I'm not. I just let the plant tell me what it wants. You know what I mean? I'm not. All I've got is time.
Yeah, I was gonna agree with what Stokes said. When I do Gaia, I actually do the same with that. And even when I did my bigger plant, I did it once every 2 weeks. But he threw it. He put it in chat before I said it, so I'm gonna put it out there.
How do I turn the camera around, Matt?
Oh, you gotta go to your camera settings.
Oh, my camera settings.
Yeah. So, or not the camera. It's the camera settings on StreamYard.
That's what I thought, but there's no button here for it. Call me retarded. Stop. What? I've done this before.
But yeah, Stoked. When I did that, he'll be back. Take it over there. When I did my 8x8 scrog outdoors, I was doing once every 2 weeks. I was putting Gaia Green on it. It might have been excessive, but I don't really know organics very much. I just kind of stick to the Gaia Green because I think it works.
What's going on, pets? Miko.
Yeah.
AG. Easy Susan.
Sorry about that, man. I think
Yeah, I was. It was in the app.
Things, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's all good.
Hey.
Cheers, Moonwater. You're always more than welcome to hang out.
Yeah, Moonwater, man, you're shit.
So it's the castings. So should you be doing less castings or less often? Like I actually was doing it all the time too, and I wasn't getting like the best luck with organics when I was doing them. Like I still got good overall result, but not compared to what I do with hydroponics.
Do like a cup and a half per pot.
Yeah.
And then I mix my Gaia Green in and go with it. I'll top feed for a little while, and then I'll just start bottom feeding again.
Butt chugging.
The good thing about the feeding from the bottom though is it keeps the dry zone for the oxygen to get into the roots.
Right.
Overwatering is lack of oxygen.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, there was one week, like when I first planted these girls, I planted them like I think Tuesday, and they all popped up the next day. But that weekend, the following weekend, like I had to leave. I had to go in a whole nother. I had to leave, and I wasn't back for like 4 days. I came back and I thought they were all dead.
Yeah. Were they all like totally wilty too?
And I'm like, oh no, this is not. But then they all popped up. I had them. They all popped up, and here they are now. But I've done that 3 times now. I've had to leave, and I've come back, and they've just been 100% dry. I mean, nothing like hanging over. Everything's still been reaching for the light. Thank God. But I really think that's where my purpling's coming from. Is just
it's stress response from being beaten down 3 times in a row.
Right. Because I'm here for 2 weeks, and then I'm gone for a few days. I'm back for a couple weeks, and yeah.
It's all good, brother.
It is what it is. I just wanted to, but I put the fire like and this is my first time even growing this. I've never grown. I'm a 1 plant, 2 plant guy.
Well, the next question is though, are you ready to be able to commit the 8 weeks or the 10 weeks to not having to do that to the plant? Because if you do that in flower, then you're gonna really then things aren't gonna work out.
No, it'll get better, man. I'll probably leave here on Saturday and come back Monday or something, maybe 2 days.
Oh yeah, that's not so bad then. Yeah, you can totally, because you can set it and forget it. You're especially with that wicking system, you should be fine over that period.
Hope so. I don't want to set nothing else up in here. I'm only here for like 15 months, and then I gotta.
Yeah, no. Yeah, with my dripper system, I'm able to be away from my garden for 2 days.
Yeah.
As long as I water both the individual tents the day that I leave, I can do 2 days at least before having to be back.
Yeah.
Any more than that, I start flooding my tent because the drippers don't stop.
Right.
What?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
You need a.
Oh, I gotta back out the trays. Yeah.
So you don't get run off full trays until 2 days.
Yeah, about 2 days. Sometimes right now it's maybe 3 days because it's a little less on the feeding, but I've had it at most point. It's after 3 days. It's like right at the top.
What size pots?
5.
5.
But I water twice a day on the 4x8.
Oh, you water today?
Yeah.
The 5 gallon pot takes up that whole area for the whole 4x4 space. If I don't, actually this one might have been able to get away with it because they weren't fully stretched out because they only fed 65 days as opposed to 88 like I normally would do in that tent. Not in that tent, but they would normally be in a lot longer in veg before I would flip that space.
Big space.
If I didn't do twice a day, they would be dry as shit and looking like hell. And by the time I would get back in there, because they would be dry by halfway through the day, because they would just be soaking up so much of the moisture. I just found that from experience, and the best thing I could do is just set another feed. So I feed at 6 a.m. when my lights turn on, because it doesn't matter if I have it on during the night or the day where I live. It's just basically it's on a usage tier. As soon as you use over a certain amount, they automatically charge you more money. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, no, I know some places they're like if you use it like during like at nighttime you get a discounted rate. No, we don't get that. I just leave it up during the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 6 a.m. and at noon because then my lights turn off at 6 p.m. So they get it right in the morning, in the middle of the day, and then at nighttime it doesn't matter, so it can stay dry at night until the morning time when it gets fed again, red lights on.
Hey man, I gotta get off. I gotta start getting kids to bed.
All right, man. No,
Thanks for having me.
Later, Tyler.
cheers, man.
Yeah,
This
that
was
was-
awesome.
Catch y'all later.
Garden's looking good, bro.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Country got a phone call. So you're coming up to harvest, right, Matt?
Yeah, I just harvested this on the weekend.
2x2.
The 2x2, yeah. Well, it's not really 2x2. It's a 28 by 28.
Oh god, here you
It was Wesley. What we doing?
go. What the fuck?
Yeah, buddies.
Wesley.
Hello.
Probably bigger than that, man.
So we'll see how that works
Yeah.
out.
What week of flower you in, Wes? I know the Earth boxes blew up already. What week of flower you in, brother?
Week 6.
How you doing, Wes?
Good. I went out of town for a day, and my dehumidifier went dry, and he was rocking 25% humidity at 86 in there all day and yesterday.
Oh man.
So they took a little. They're a little wilty. You know, they just came out of the dome tray like the day or two before I got them. So kind of jumped the gun, and then I put the 5 bars on and lowered the light. So like it was probably 800 par or something.
Way too hot.
Yeah. I always do that to myself. I always like get a good start and then kick myself in the ass real quick.
You just gotta leave them be. Just don't adjust anything. How many times was I told that?
Yeah, if I can just get that humidifier. The homie Jeremy at Build a Soil, he actually just dropped a video of a solenoid, a laser solenoid auto fill, where it's got a magnet where you can set this little thing inside your humidifier with a drip hose, like from an RO, and the solenoid will open and close when the water level goes under that laser line, where you can set it anywhere. So then you put it in the top where you top off the water. So it can like make any device an always full device without like having a specialty like hydro with a float valve. And
All right, that's cool.
I'm going to do that.
That sounds cool. You said it's a laser?
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So when the laser line gets broken, it turns a solenoid on.
It's probably more reliable than a float valve.
Exactly. Yeah, float valves scare me, especially on like an RO system like that, because when they get stuck, they're on.
Exactly. It like
Yeah.
Just
Because
wide
I-
open.
it's if you ran reservoirs before, you know that sometimes you come across one that wasn't quite mixed right, and it's kind of that one would stick and probably stay on the whole time.
Yeah, it happened to the last 2 that I bought. And luckily I had like your tub or your sink has like an overflow.
Yeah.
And I just had that going out into my tub in the other room. Gravity fed.
I don't even have plumbing over to where my grow is. I actually have to sit there and fill up 5-gallon water jugs, and I carry 9.5 of them over to my reservoir to fill it up.
Yeah.
Not very far though. It's from the utility sink down in the basement.
All right.
So and then I have a hydrolock, one of those systems. I have one of those over there too. So I just fill it up there, taking over what have you. Then I have to hold the thing over as it's filling up the next one, and I have a particular way to perch the hose so it can fill up as I'm going over and mixing stuff.
Yeah.
But I have to make sure that I'm there within 5 minutes because the hydrologic does a gallon per minute feed.
Well, that's the problem that always got me, is that it was slow enough to where you'd walk away and then you'd hear like dripping on the floor. You'd be like, oh, what's that? Oh, I have the damn water on.
It's happened 3 times to me, man.
Yep.
I've come back and the thing sitting there is all like coming out the top.
I have flooded probably 15 or 20 different places.
Man, I did that in the oven. Shower one time, and all of a sudden I get out of the shower and I forgot. Oh shit! I put a pizza in the oven. I hit that kitchen floor and went straight back. Straight back. Towel flew off. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, she's stacking in there. Nice work,
That's
man.
how I do my water.
Cheers, chat. I saw y'all.
I just bubble my water. And I fill it up this way. Can you see that?
Oh, we got yeah, you got a garden up.
Yeah, I whole thing. It's a quick connect. I just fill it up.
Oh, cool.
Is that the AC Infinity one?
Nope, it's not. Nope. It's the Jeep.
what up, Josh?
Looking real nice. That's
It's like my bathroom is my
Country, we got a garden up. That's why. Sorry, just let you know. We'll get that. We could show that in a sec if you want.
Oh no, you're good. You're good, man. Go ahead.
I was just letting you know. I was like, oh, you're showing stuff. I'm like, no.
What do you mean?
Oh, there's a garden. Short High showing his garden right now. I can't hear Raging though.
Well, I haven't said anything yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm about to
that's
say he hasn't said it.
That's why.
I was just being silent and scary, ominous.
Oh, they're all looking really good.
Yeah.
A little,
Calcium.
yeah, pH drop.
You think? You think that's calcium?
Man, it's close. Man. You got the browns going there. This is starting from the top.
Starting from the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Calcium, bro. Calcium and I mean I don't know. Calcium, magnesium can be hard to.
Oh, magnesium's mobile.
Right.
Magnesium will start as intravenous chlorosis before browning.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or necrosis.
Plants just they love calcium, man. They love it. Some people don't understand how much these plants love calcium.
Well, I think my problem is how small a pot I have.
Oh, shit, in here in a sand bucket.
Well, I didn't think it was going to get this out of control. It was just supposed to be a little one.
You could still transplant it.
Looks good. Though.
No, I'm just going to give it another amendment, and if it doesn't heal up, it'll go synthetic.
Yeah, that's you grow organically too. Until like you said, if you need be.
Like this was amended 5 days ago.
Nitrogen for sure.
Yeah, I see that at the
And
bottom.
it barely brought any of the green back. But it'll
At this
survive.
point, it might not come back.
Well, it's already there. It's just going to be ugly.
I've been there though. Yeah, most of us probably been there. You have one that gets ugly, but it just finishes off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can hold it any further and it'll still have enough chlorophyll to do what it needs to do.
Well, it's
That was
exact same soil, but just not enough of it. This one's doing pretty good, though.
Whoa, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Starting to get a little taller.
You gonna
Oh, yeah.
get it out of the bucket?
Oh, yeah, it'll go to a 7-gallon after this one.
What's that, rosemary right there?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. We got an eye.
Good eye, good eye.
Which one's this one?
Berry.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Got some peppers back there.
These are tomatoes.
This is the starting of your
These are
deck.
peppers.
Yeah, some nice peppers.
That's what I need, man.
Fuck yeah. Great
Oh,
job.
nice. Yeah, there it is.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Hey,
all
so-
that's going out on your deck, right, man?
Yeah, they'll go outside as soon as it's nice enough.
Just a little hint on peppers, or a secret on peppers.
Empty.
When peppers don't change color and they're not vine ripened, they have a chemical in them that is a gut irritant, and it's to protect the seeds before they fully develop. And so it's really good to vine ripen your peppers so you don't have that chemical in it that will upset your gut. I saw that one. That's why I brought it up.
It's got a little bit more time yet. It's still green on the other side. We wait till they're a bright orange. But there's all peppers all over it.
Hey, man, I'm gonna jump off here, man. If you can hear me, my phone's getting ready to die.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming up and showing your garden and seeing what you have growing on there, man. I'm interested
yeah.
in how it goes into flower. Come
will,
up and
man.
show again soon.
Yep, I'll come back.
Hell yeah. Country looking good, bro. Keep
Yeah,
coming
appreciate
back, man.
Appreciate you guys, man. You guys take care. Be safe.
Have a blessed
Later,
night,
dude.
brother.
Man. Thanks, man. Later.
There's actually a heavy, heavy scent of papaya coming off of this one.
Really?
Very fruity smelling tint.
All right, so ask you a question.
Yep.
If I were to want to have a canopy with donkey dicks, excuse my language, but if I want to get that look right there, what do I
Yeah.
need to do?
It's going to be genetics as well. It's not going to be.
Yeah, like
Training for sure. It has to do with
Well-
that right there, though.
it's
No,
kind
I'm
of the
not-
same.
Yeah, right. How what did you
Well,
do to let those? You just let your runaways run away?
No, that's what you prevent. Like, see this one? There's 8. Started 2 there and 2 there. And I let them split one more time, then it went into flower. So I ended up with 8 colas, right?
Yeah.
And this is, you do the same thing, except you do the, when you're letting it go out, you keep your strong branches, keep the strong ones, and get rid of all the weak larvae ones.
I think runaway is a bad word.
Well, we've let our plants run away from us before.
Right. No, I
just
agree.
think
Though.
I just think the terminology, it doesn't sound good. It sounds bad, but it's not necessarily bad.
It
And
can.
then, like, say when I'm at this trellis level, this is where I've spread everything out. This is where the first time the trellis will come on. Everything's already been trained out to this
Right.
shape before the trellis comes on.
So at this point, you're just bracing them.
Yeah.
after this.
Like my
trip.
trellises don't do a whole lot of training. What they do is hold these up once it's inside.
It's like deja vu. Like I just heard this before.
It's a perfect stretch.
Yeah.
Matt.
So
Yeah,
it's here. When I'm at this
I
trellis
love
level,
that plant.
I'll let
structure,
it
by
get
the
to
way.
about here.
Yeah,
Like once I get everything that's coming up here and it's all nice and level,
sure.
no, you just let it keep growing up to about here, and make sure everything's all nice and level. Make sure your plant is growing up. Like make sure all your branches are pointed upwards before you flip it into flower. Like you can do all your training down here, make it sideways branches here, there, whatever.
I see.
But then let everything grow upwards first.
Vertical.
Yeah.
Beautiful plant
You're
structure.
not going to get the best yield this way. Like if you want the best yield, you'll do it how Matt does it, how he tucks everything in while it's in flower. You'll get better poundage that way.
You'll get the yield if you leave if you only strip to the bottom trellis.
Like if we like each one of these branches doesn't have any side branches off of it until right here when it becomes a cola.
Right.
All those got eliminated.
Right. I see.
That way you're
Thank
not
you.
spending energy on the
Thank you.
How's it going?
she did this. This was her work.
Yeah. That looks awesome. Nice work.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Great
you. I
job.
appreciate it.
Like, if you want
Great.
poundage, when you're at this trellis and you flip it in the flower, you keep taking it down, and turn it into a great big carpet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like I do.
And then you have to rely on heavy stripping at certain intervals, like
Right,
certain times, as opposed to doing it this way. You get
Like
those
this
really
one-
beautiful colas. Like you always
Like
have
this-
beautiful colas over here.
Well, that's what I like to see when I look at my tank.
Oh yeah, dude, it's always nice to look at.
No, thank you for sharing this knowledge with us, man.
I think Matt made a good point where he said it was a genetic thing too.
Yeah,
And the size of your plant, how many colas you grow, will depend on how tall they get.
because it focuses the energy on lesser amounts. Like that's why
Yeah.
when you're doing it that way. This one could have been much larger, like you were saying. If you gave that one enough of a container size to begin with, running it only 8 colas, you would have had probably larger than the other one because it's only focusing on 8 instead.
Yeah, I get gains.
As long as your PPFDU is at par with the other one, right, and everything is in the same
So
realm.
this one gets to run a little more. This one runs a little hotter.
So moral of the story is you want to train tops per trellis hole. If you're trying to get that appeal and want a cola like that in each hole, you want to make sure that if you got 100 holes, you got 100 tops.
No. Like say, so I got 1, 2, 3.
Not necessarily like that. I'm just saying if you wanted that in
I've got
every
64 holes in this one, right? This is a 64. I only got 30 colas in it.
Yeah, I can see it's like a checkerboard. You have one
Right.
every one kind of.
So
It's more of a low stress train.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I love to low stress train.
It also keeps the light being.
Oh yeah.
It keeps the light available to the the side of the cola as well.
Yes.
So you have mature buds all the way down instead of having mature.
But there's big gaps, where there's 1 or 2 missing here and there. But
Yeah, but I was saying like theoretically, if you wanted to get every hole filled in that 64.
if I would have filled every hole in this container, it probably would have only stretched up to here.
I'm with you. All right.
Because there's only so much energy, right?
Right. You'd have to veg more. Could you veg longer and get it? Of course,
I
right?
think the more colas you're going to have, the shorter they're going to be.
Right. I'm with you. That's.
I think for a 3x3, which this is, 30 is probably the max I'll ever put in one again.
Yeah, it's just interesting to hear your style. Fuck yeah. Beautiful.
And they're all clipped in place, so it makes nice straight lines.
Yo, Elkanah.
You can look down the rows if you're in the right spot.
Hey, what terminology will we use for that, guys? Will we all say just like agree that that's like a low stress train?
Yeah, this is low stress training. This was high stress training.
Yeah, as long as you're not removing anything of the plant or actually breaking it.
Right.
Our second last video has the transplant and training of this one off the hop. It's called up potting. This is one of the plants that was up potted, then flipped 2 weeks after.
Or she's gonna suckle on a leaf.
You stole
Oh
my
yeah.
Oh,
You
shit.
give it to him, girl. You get in there.
It's so funny how she doesn't actually eat them though. She just sucks on them.
Well, she just rubs her teeth on it, really. She just wants to have the grit on her teeth, I guess. She's a pothead.
Tell you what though, that long cat fur, I got long hair, Torty. And that gets a motherfucker on your flowers. That shit sticks everywhere.
She doesn't shed much though.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
last cat, he was not allowed in this room a lot.
Yeah.
He'd walk in the room and every flower was covered in white fur.
Yeah, I don't like my cat down here anymore. And on the same token, when we're in the flower tent, we normally wear smocks and just to make sure we're not dropping hair and fur on stuff. You know what I mean?
That's the best thing to do is be very careful about how you go in and out of your garden like that. Doing that is awesome that you actually take care of that.
Yeah, but you can get them on Amazon. You can get like a 10-pack of like these cheap black zip up. I mean, they're cheap, man, but they're low cost. Harvard smokes, and then you get like 10 of them or some shit like that for like $20, right? And they just work. They work well if you're in there and you've got fur, or if you're messing around with shit you don't want to get on your clothes, like worm castings or something, or fish shit or something stinky, then you throw those things on, and I tell you, they help. But they keep that cat fur and dog fur off the flowers too. So
yeah. Oh, your orchids are doing awesome, dude.
I'm about to say your orchids are awesome.
Josh, we'll get you up right after he shows his orchids. He's got the last little thing going on here, and we'll get
a bunch of Phalaenopsis, huh?
Nice.
A bunch of Phalaenopsis.
Yeah, Stoke knows his shit.
Yeah, we breed about 20 different. That's not true anymore. I'd say probably about 5 to 10 different types of orchids right now. So we breed a lot of them.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
I will jump down.
Look at your
little growth.
What is that called right there? What is that called? That triangle elephant here. Acacia. All right.
Wait.
I got you.
When do you start preparing for outside? I was actually going to ask you that.
Well, we did. We planted tomatoes.
Right. What about your corn? You doing corn? I think
that'll be planted outside this year.
I didn't mean the 10. I meant like when you start getting your outdoor stuff prepped, like your soil and everything.
One, it's above zero for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Which varies every year, right?
Oh yeah, I hear
But once I see it's above zero for about 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
So everything's good to go. We're thawed out. The soil is good to go.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing that. It's like a mini farm on your deck.
Well, we're putting a new gazebo in this year, and I'm going to do a slow-mo. That'll eventually end up on the channel, I'm sure. Get to see my kid building my shit.
That would be really cool.
Hey, Short Eye, are you in Canada or the U.S.?
Yeah, Canada. Edmonton.
Okay. I thought I heard the Canadian accent there, so just check.
Most definitely. All right, I'll jump down. I'll be in chat if anybody had any other questions that I couldn't see while I'm looking at my own garden.
It looks beautiful, man.
I'll chat with you guys later.
Have a good evening.
Later, Short Eye. Thanks for sharing with us, brother.
All right, Josh. Let's see what you got growing on here. You there?
Josh, you muted.
Oh, it may just be waiting. How's your garden going, Stoke?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good. Got some thirsty girls today, so they're droopy looking. I just watered, so. But looking good. Growth is really good. Stacking is wonderful. Stacking and stretching, right? So that's the most combinations. Getting taller and no spacing and staying nice and tight. So I'm happy about that.
That's awesome.
Josh, if you're there, you're still muted.
I think he's probably put his phone down because he's not even moving.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
that's why I pulled back out.
It, though,
He said he chopped down one of them. So you can put that's 4 plants in one pot.
This one?
Yeah. See? Look
Oh
at
yeah,
it.
I see. There's 4 in there.
Dude,
well, there was. Right?
This
Like
grow
3
is sick.
aren't there?
This is sick grow.
It could cause so many different issues though when they start.
Well, you gotta fuck. He's gonna tell you better than I can. I'm gonna fuck it up. How the fuck you let him? Damn it! I want to say you let him grow long enough. Yeah, don't start them out in there. I think that's what it is. Let them develop a root ball.
And then put them in there?
That would make sense.
Transplant. Then put them in. I believe. Don't quote me on it. Josh, help me out. You're muted.
I had to walk away for a minute. I didn't know what was good, fella.
No, I hear you. That's what I thought was going on. I was waiting to see some movement before I.
Help me out here. So to having 4 plants, what? How do you do that? You have to let them develop a root ball and then get them in the pot.
Well, the way I did it, because I always tell you guys, like sometimes, right now I'm in the middle of like trying things out, right? Which is like, it's kind of crazy for a guy that's been doing this for a while, but I still do experiments. And, like, I guess I do, as you would say, like high percentage experiments.
Right.
I don't do crazy experiments, but what I do is I'll grab 4 plants. I'll let them bowl out in here, right?
Develop a root ball.
Right. And then from there, I really let them get established in there with so my mix up, it has a little bit of cocoa, compost, and earthworm castings. And then from there they're gonna go right into these beds again or big pots. That's the goal at least. But what I did on the first time around is exactly that. And then I put the four plants in, and the reason why I did it for efficiency. Because in order to get one plant to do that in my history, it takes me about 2 months.
Right.
So I didn't want to do that. But I wanted to create that big plant structure.
Fuck yeah, you did it.
Over here I harvested these 4 plants. And just so you guys could see kind of like the skeleton of it.
Right.
Over here is where I'm drying them right now. So this is like the kind of like the middle rack right here. Tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and break down and put some more on the lower rack. And then if I have enough time and energy and everything else, I'll put some on the 3rd rack. So I'm trying to be efficient on the way I put everything. And on this time around, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put the first plants that I actually harvested right here. Because what I did was last time is I put the first plants that I harvested in that corner, but the room was so full I couldn't get to it. So for me it makes sense this time around to put the plants that I'm, the first ones right here, right near the door. Right, and then as I go on, I'll put the furthest ones away, the later ones that I harvest furthest away.
Right.
My wife,
Fuck yeah.
my wife came in here. She's Puerto Rican. She came in here and blessed it. She put the flag up. She all decorated and everything. But I can't take no credit away from her. Like the patio base, that was
Yeah.
her idea. But I kept trying to find a way to like get this thing to kind of like
Stabilize.
yeah, to stabilize it. Thank you.
Yeah, so it ain't
And
top heavy.
she was just like, dude, we need the patio the patio bases. So we broke down and broke out all the patio bases.
all day long, man.
We're just trying to be very, very organized on everything we
How
do.
much
So
you
that
think
way,
that is right there, Josh?
it like when you
Sorry.
grab the flower, it's fluffy. You know what I mean? And then some of the buds are like, once you start penetrating down you guys were just talking about genetics, right? And talking about how certain plants do certain things. This plant perfectly grows like not tall, but it also does a lot of things that I don't like. Like it doesn't give me dense nugs.
Gives you larvae stuff.
Yeah, so like you're gonna get really big buds at the top. And here's the thing, like sometimes you like I've had people walk into my grow that were like newbies, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, why aren't your buds so big?" But little do they know, like sometimes dense flower doesn't look big. It's not a big bud. Sometimes it'll be a little smaller. You just get
Right.
more bang for your buck, in the way it penetrates. So like if we're gonna compare that to other genetics in the room, yeah, it's a
Bro,
perfect structure. Like my buddy was in here today. He was like, "Oh my god, that plant structure is beautiful. It's perfect." I'm like, "Yeah, but look at this." And when he goes to look at my other plants, I'm like, "Those are walls, bro." And what I remember where I got that reference from was from Remo. He used to grow these like big old plants, and then he'd be like, "Look at these walls." So like, for me, I'm big into the walls.
Straight up.
So the walls, like the Wookie pebbles, this shit grows walls.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
And then there's flowers, there's buds that are not as big. They're not big flowers at the bottom, but they're pretty nice because they're getting that cross spectrum coming from this side going that way,
Right.
and then you're getting that cross spectrum going that way. And the point is that with the different genetics, it all comes down to you, what you're trying to do, what kind of space you have, what's your application. But if you can let a plant stretch out and that genetic wants to do that, which by the way I've been growing this since 2019, so I got the hang of her. She's gonna do that. She's gonna create that wall.
Fuck yeah.
Nice setup. Hold on.
And like with being around this plant so long, I've realized it gives you production in a vertical way.
It's crazy.
So right now this plant is on the floor because it got away on me. It was about a foot up off of the floor, but then I had to have some friends just help me put her down on the ground.
Oh my god, I bet you couldn't do that by yourself.
Yeah, how many gallon pot is that?
30, I think.
30 gallon.
I'm sorry,
How many-
I can't hear you. Those are 25s. I thought I've been telling you this whole time they were 30s. I didn't realize there was a tag right here, guys.
25. Close enough. Pretty close.
So I thought they were 30s, but I was wrong. But this is the one with the smallest buds on it, and that one's called Animal Tsunami. I don't know. I want to let everything really go. Today's day 60, and I really want to let everything go as long as it needs to go. The Wookie Pebbles is like super green, like just smells.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Smells
worry
not.
about
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I wouldn't worry about the bud size on the other one too much. Just wonder what the terps come out like too, right? That's kind of
So like,
you gotta enjoy it.
and this is the densest cannabis that I grow.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's looking awesome.
And like a lot of people, some people they're like super critical because I have friends that I'm like, yo, smoke this Wookiees, and they're like, yeah, not my terp. And they're like, man, I wonder why you like that Wookiee so much. And then they'll see me grow it, and they'll be like, holy shit, I get it. You know, you're not. I love this weed, and some people love it more than me. But I as a grower, I fucking love this weed because it's dense and it just keeps going forever. It never stops.
And it
And
works for
now,
you, right? Like
after, what's up?
does it work for you? You like the terps and you like the effect of it, or you just simply grow it because you like it how it stacks?
I think I like to be humble and I like to let people tell me what they think about stuff and not be
Okay.
so like into stuff and be like, oh my god,
Okay.
I love this because I love it. But
Yeah.
I do love it.
Okay.
But then other people tell me I think you love it because it stacks up, and I try to I take it with a grain of, I try to accept it.
Yeah.
But
No, I hear
I
you.
really will smoke this fucking weed all day, and then I got 1 or 2 customers that are like, dude, call me when the Wookie Pebbles is ready. Like they
Oh,
just don't
yeah.
want nothing else.
There you go. Then yeah, it's worth it then.
Let's go. Fuck yeah.
But I try to separate my love for something because I really love this strain.
Yeah. Oh, well, it looks beautiful. It looks like it grows nice. Absolutely.
That's all that matters.
I just had to ask. That's all.
I had it since 2015. I've handed it out to people, and they're like, "Dude, I don't want to grow that fucking weed. It grows small buds." And I've had small buds come out of it, but then like once you figure her out a little bit, you have fun with it. It's crazy, like how you think like, "Oh well, this plant is so tall, it's so annoying, it's so this, it's so that," and then like you kind of have. It's crazy when you figure something out, and you're like, "Yo, I figured this plant out. It's tall, but man, if I could train her, I can make her bushy and tall."
Right.
So basically what I did here was I put the Wookie Pebbles on this side, and then I put another Wookie Pebbles on the side of her. So usually when I try, like my train of thought was, I'm going to put 4 plants per pot, but I'm going to try to stick, the same genetics in one pot. And then I'm going to try to put them side by side because, I didn't want to put a tall plant here and then put a short plant on the other side. That just didn't make sense as far as the light leveled, like having the light hit the canopy in a leveled way, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to put the same tall plants. Then I pulled the branch down, and once I pulled the branch down, I realized the buds got bigger. And that was just crazy because I've done that with other genetics, so it's not a one-all be-all. But with this specific genetic, after playing with her for 12 years, I found something new. And I found out that when you pull the buds, they actually get bigger. So like, if you look at this bud right here, it looks pretty nice, and I'm happy with it. And then you see that light, and then you see the way it starts breaking off, right? It's almost the equivalent to that bud right there, but that bud right there is fucking huge. And I trained that one, versus that one didn't get trained. So like, let me just show you guys something.
Yeah, because you're introducing more light to the side of those colas. I did about 3 years ago on my channel. I did Amnesia Haze by itself in my tent, and I had 2 of them that grew at 2 different paces. So the one that was smaller, I harvested that one that was done earlier, and the taller one, what I did is I folded the entire plant down and over top of the other half of the tent that the other plant was in, and everything started growing up because I was able to bring the light down onto that remaining plant onto the sides of those colas. It's because you can even out the amount of intensity that you're going to get at that instead of just hitting it from the top.
It seems like I mind fucked them. Like once I bent it, I don't want to say that because it gets too pornographic. But once I pulled it over to the side, the buds got huge. Like they started growing to the. So it's just crazy. Like
You're gonna
like
reach towards the light.
Yeah.
It worked in this scenario, and I'm not gonna say it's gonna work with every genetic. But I feel like I want to keep playing around with this a little more with because I've always thought like, okay, so I train my plants at the bottom, and then I just support them on the way up. Do nothing else. And this one I got a little ballsy because I've done this before and not gotten these results. But
Right.
holy shit, the results! It all comes down to the genetics and what they want, like what they're happy with you doing to them.
Yeah. Yeah,
These
they're all
bugs, I mean,
they're
I
all
swear-
reaching over towards the light. They're all going to reach to the light and then start filling in because you're giving it more of the actual intensity.
And that's what's good about Matt. Matt actually helps everybody break it down. It's like he breaks down the science and he's able to kind of like
Yeah.
express himself better than I can. And that's what's going on, guys.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's awesome though. You can see it in action when you get close up. You can see them all reaching towards it as you got closer.
So this plant right here was a little discouraging, right? Because it was vegging on the side of that plant. But then when it went into flower, it looked really good and it did its thing. So like this one's still on wheels. That one's right on the floor. But even though that one ended up like winning the drag race, because what happens is when you see two cars take off in a drag race, right? And I always bring this scenario up. You see two cars and they're both taking off. One of them's ahead of the other one.
Right.
But by the time they make it to the finish line, the other one wins. The one that was losing. So that plant was losing, bro. Like the buds were so small, it was discouraging at a certain point. And then these ones were like kind of stayed the same, and those ones just rocket shipped, just took off. So
those ones are
it's
chunking up now though too. It looks like
what's that?
the ones on your left are chunking up as well.
They're chunking up as well, but if you was to look at them in veg,
Yeah,
they was just a little discouraging. You know,
Yeah, I hear ya.
if you look at these branches, they're like scrawny branches. And the problem with me is I get so caught up. I need a big branch in order to equal out to a big bud. And as growers, sometimes we might get caught up with that. With this, all the branches stayed just vigorous branches all the way up. So I was pretty confident. But it's weird the way genetics work, and it's fun when you grow them a few times, and you say to yourself, don't lose hope, and don't lose, I guess confidence, And I thought these two were gonna do better, right? So the goal was the E85 and the E85, not the goal, but more so the 4C, right? I foreseen it like, well, this E85 is gonna do the best, and that E85 is gonna do the best because just look at them. But now this shit's giving them a run for their money, man. It really is.
nice.
Then we got the animal tsunami, small
there we
buds, super small buds. I'm gonna let her go as far as she can to see if she can show me something. And then the Gorilla Glue over here, this one's, it doesn't get tall and it doesn't stay short. It's almost like right in between. The
Right.
buds don't get super dense and they're not fluffy. So in that sense, it's right in between. So the
They're
Gorilla
fluffy.
Glue for me has never been like
Fluffy
tall
but
or
dense,
short.
dense and fluffy. Perfect.
It's right in between. It's not too dense and it's not too fluffy, but I'm just happy to have her back. I mean, I stopped I was burnt out, and I got away from her for a while, and I'm fortunate that I'm open minded, and as a grower, I'm the type of person that I'll give you my genetics. I don't even care if I hate you. You can have it,
Straight up.
and the goal is to try to get it back one day when I need it, and I got her back.
Let's go.
So I passed them out to all my friends. I'm like, hey, you want this? You could have it, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you're fortunate enough to do that because something could happen. You could lose all your genetics. So if you could just hand your genetics out to a couple of your buddies, a couple of anybody, and as long as you can get it back, and even if it's like a dirty plant. It's got problems. It's got rusted mites. I am fortunate where I have tissue culture access, so I can tissue culture the plant and get her back.
Right.
But this Gorilla Glue did not need tissue culture. It was pretty straight. Even though I tissue culture everything.
Look at that.
What's the price on TC?
What was the TC comment?
What's the price on cleaning up something?
Well, my whole situation with tissue culture is that if I was to tissue culture something, that means that nobody else can get it, and that's gonna cost $1,000 for that exclusivity. So
Right.
like $1,000, nobody could touch that Gorilla Glue. But what I do is I donate it to tissue culture. So like meaning like the guy that has the tissue culture lab, I'm like, dude, you could have this cut. It's yours. So he tissue cultures it anyways. He doesn't bring anything into his mother room unless it's tissue cultured. So I
Sure.
donate it. Everybody can have it. The whole world could have it. Is if they can find your website, they can have any one of my genetics. So I pretty much donate it because I'm not rich. I can't pay $1,000 for you to tissue culture my clone and me be exclusive to it. You know, I don't care. You can have it. Knock yourself out.
And is that Meristem TC?
Yeah. He at first wasn't doing the meristem, but recently now he's grown some nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's really the only way to clean things the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that, and now he is, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at
No,
that.
that's a cool. That's a
No,
cool
no,
deal.
this one here is purple diesel again.
I bet it's gonna be purple something.
This bud got crazy. I mean, it's a colossal bud. But then again, I don't get too excited when a bud is huge. You know, because you could have a bud that looks like this, and then you could have a bud that looks like this, a little smaller. They both produce the same. So I don't get excited, you know. This bud right here, this
Or
is the
they have completely
E85.
different effects.
Yeah, it's just some flowers are just dense.
Yeah.
And you can have like a smaller bud. One bud looks like that, the other bud looks like that. What does it matter if they both weigh to the same, you know?
Yeah, if one doesn't taste like anything and the other one tastes good, and it really
Yeah,
does.
a great point. Great point. People get so like caught up with structure. Oh my God, plant structure. Oh my God, big buds. That doesn't matter. What matters is the end result. Does it weigh up on the scale? Does it hit it like a rock?
Well, when it comes down to it, a lot of the time, like density is in your resin production, and
Wow,
like
that's a good point.
weight, like weight is in. I meant weight is in your resin production.
No, but that's a really good point because I've bumped into that scenario where the buds are small but they're saturated with trichomes and the trichomes makes weight.
Yep.
On another case, and you know, with that all that being said, with the Wookiee pebbles doesn't really make trichomes on the leaves. Like this.
Oh.
You with us, Josh? What happened?
Frozen.
Yeah, maybe. Oh.
It's quite the sexy room, though.
Yeah, it's nice having it on wheels too, so you're able to get around the plants and actually get out all the corners.
Let's go. Shoot, y'all. Hit that thumbs up, man. Smoke that fucking like button. Headbutt that motherfucker.
So that the form stomper got
I bet.
my autoflower got big, got to the point where it's gonna get like herpes again. So I'm like, So I'm Chelseaing it off the bat. I'm gonna start just scrogging out through one layer now on an auto. We'll see what happens. I just don't want to deal with it taking off on me going tall. So I'm gonna just start now. As soon as I saw flowers start, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start tucking this.
Let's go.
All right, let's get you here. You guys,
I'm ready when you are, man.
there you go.
What's up, Stoke?
How you doing, buddy?
Looking
Okay, here we got some landrace Acapulco. So
Round two.
I'm gonna say these are about 40 days.
These are clones, right?
Yeah, these are clones. Yep. I'm gonna say they're about 40 days. They're coming up on 6 weeks, but they're I run them about 11 weeks. That's about what I run them. So they're only about halfway through flower, but you know they got
Yeah, and they're all the way down too. They got nice structure.
all the way down, all the way down.
Main line.
Yeah, you can just grab them, and they're just. I mean, they're literally just. I mean, it's 3 feet of flower, 3 feet of flower, and they're nice and frosty too. For as young as they are. Oops.
Great job.
Yeah. One beside it, kind of the same deal. Someone was talking about it, and you know, that's when you lollipop, you know, you take all those auxiliary branches. So, like for instance, right here, this branch running right here, this is an auxiliary, or you know, an auxiliary branch, right? But anything that comes off of the main stem, now these are all mainlined out, but anything that comes off of that main stem, like these 8, these are called the apical, you know, so these are the ones you keep. You cut off all these, you know, and this one's got just a few of them on there because they were kind of in good spots. So I left a few of those on there. So she's, you know, but this one I stripped completely.
Wesley burning the house down.
But this one I stripped completely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was you, Matt?
No, that wasn't me. That was Wesley. I took mine down.
I remember.
Mine's sitting over there.
These are all landrace also. These are coming
Look at
up.
that.
3. These 3 are just about, I'll probably cut these down Saturday. Will be 11 weeks on them. But those will probably go. Those are all 16 poppers. You see, they're starting to fall down. I mean,
They're doing well, man.
yeah, they're just,
been on them.
yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, this one's just like the ones over there, but instead of 6 or 8 tops, this one's let's see, what is that? Well, that looks like 16 tops, doesn't it? I'm gonna say that's 16 tops. So, but again, you know, you'll notice there's nice development. These girls were pretty thirsty this morning, so you'll have to, or pardon me, this morning being 8 p.m. So they're kind of a little wilty. They just got watered, but this is right here. This is Lucky Charmelade right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the.
That's what I'm about to flower out in a 4x4 in a couple weeks, or in a week. Hopefully a week. So I don't know.
She smells like peaches or starburst. And again, she's I kind of keep them the same. They're 8 top. She really was thirsty. But these are, I'm gonna say probably a little over 2 weeks, probably 16 days in the flower, I'd say.
Oh yeah, they're just starting.
Yeah, but she's pretty big. She's pretty good size. I mean, all the way down. Now there's some Platinum OG Mint Punch back to the 2 behind her. Those are going to be hitting 4 feet if they keep up with this. If they keep up at this rate, they're going to hit 4 feet. That one's a little shorter, Platinum OG Mint Punch as well. But again, look at the stacking on those. You know what I mean? Just all the way down. Those should all grow together. I'm betting those all grow together. But yeah, this one's stacked even closer over here. She's pretty girl. So yeah, that's my flower tent.
Nice,
Looking
man.
good, Stoke.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
good, brother.
You got a lot of development on those plants. It's looking awesome in that corner.
I like how you got the fan in the middle too.
Yeah, I put a couple of them in there.
Yeah, I like that. That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I got way too fucking many fans, man.
That's awesome.
Tell you what, but
Damn.
I get that wind exactly where I want it based on, where the plants are at stretch wise.
Damn. Oh,
There's
man.
9 fans in here. I'll probably add a couple more. Probably add 2 more. At some point you ask, why didn't I just put a big fan in, right? It made more sense.
What was that, an 8x8?
That's an 8x8, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have not opened this one up today. And I know these are all thirsty. Yeah.
They look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got those are that platinum OG mint punches are in here, and then in the back corner, those are my sativa, my two landrace Acapulco golds right there.
Nice.
But, yeah, these are all about 4 weeks old, but they grow that platinum OG mint punch, that one pheno right there is that 4-footer in the tank, and it grows fast. It grows fast, man. And
I love it how they have built in.
so I'm keeping that one. Like Josh was saying, you got to keep that stuff around. And same with that Acapulco Gold. It's got some great flower. Some super dense flower with doesn't throw nanners. Just has some great terp profile. And while it might not be my preferred kind of smoke, the reality is that it's a beautiful plant. I mean, you just get rock hard nugs like this. I mean, literally,
Yeah.
just rock hard.
And even if it's not your preferred smoke, doesn't mean it's not somebody else's, right?
Yeah, right. And that's the case. You take care of family, and I have a family member that likes this and uses this. So
And also trade, sometimes you trade ounce for ounce with people. I don't know. In Canada, we're allowed to do that at least.
Yeah. When it's your family, you got to take care of them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what do you call that when you leave like a bag of weed and somebody else goes and picks it up in a public area?
I don't know.
There's a name for that.
Dead drop.
Lost and found.
It's like snap and grab or something like that. It's like a thing.
Lost and found. I
Stick
think.
and move. Dead
If
drop.
somebody in the comments can help us out. It's like when you leave a bag of weed in a hidden area, and it's like, yo, whoever can get there first, that person could have that bag.
Like geocaching.
It's like a snap and grab or whatever. I don't know the terminology. But I think so like me and Wesley, we live in the same kind of like region, right? It'd be cool if we could do like a little snap and grab or whatever. Hey, I'm gonna drop this off here. Come grab it, buddy, and then vice versa.
There you go.
That's if you arrange for the after show.
Cause I think the way Wesley be talking too. He be talking some crazy shit.
Let's meet up for sure.
Hell yeah.
I be on lives with Wesley, and he be like, "Yeah, man, the standard's pretty high around here, bro."
I don't know. Looks like you're killing it over there, from my eyes.
I appreciate it, man. I try to just grow the best cannabis. Like I had a friend just ask me, like, "Hey, man, like, why are you doing this?" When I went on this whole like organic journey, he's like, all right, so why are you doing this? Like, your weed's good. I don't know. I'm on a journey, man. I'm trying to search for some super duper fire.
Let's go.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you could say like I had everything riding on this. I was just pushing it. I was pushing myself. I wanted to do what I'm doing already as far as production, and people always know me to having pretty good quality.
Right.
But I wanted to step it up a little more. I just wanted to be like Like, not for nothing, this cannabis right here, man, like, this is some sticky stuff. When I walk up on the side of it, the room smells stronger. Everything has a little more something to it. But you know what? You get what you put in, right? You
Right.
put in a little more, you're going to get a little more.
Right. Were you ever synthetics?
Well, yeah, I've been synthetics my whole life.
You just started organics recently?
Yeah, but I like I brought up to Matt on the last live. It's like, okay, you could be growing synthetics, but if you're using amino acids, are you really growing synthetically? You know, like it's just these little things that kind of get my brain going. Some nutrient lines, they bring amino acids. You know, they give you the amino acids, they give you the humic acids, and these kind of like additives that give you an edge.
Yeah, with the organic biostimulants.
I feel like that stuff gives you an edge as a grower. So
Oh, yeah.
you could be growing with synthetics, but what's happening? Now you got to cut back on your synthetics. You got to cut back on your salts. You got to cut back on your base. Why? Because these additives make it so available because they're chelators. So it's just so highly available for the plant. Why do you need all this? So now you can cut back on your base. So with saying that, I feel like some people, they don't have to know what they're doing to grow synthetically. I mean, excuse me. What's the word we was just using? Synganic. So I feel like some nutrient lines set you up for winning. You know, if they like house and garden, you're getting amino acids, you're getting fulvic, you're getting humic. So you're getting all these things that make it to where it's pretty much a synganic grow.
Yeah. Well, look at the raw all-in-one.
And then you got these other nutrient lines that are just like, hey, keep your roots sterile, run bleach through your roots, do this, that, and the other, and you're not really getting any microbes in there. You're not getting any. So like, that's just the way I feel. You know what I mean? When you're getting all these things in there, whether if you're doing it synthetically, or you're doing it organically, or you're doing it, you know, a little bit of both, I feel like those things give you an edge. The additives.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if you're going to do anything that stimulates secondary metabolites, which is just a fancy word for different compounds, either smells, tastes, potency, different different cannabinoids, like that's all those additives and stimulants are creating these metabolites that you're not getting in regular bottles. And so it takes it to the
I
next
like hearing it. I like hearing people break it down because it's like, it's fun when like I come on here and I hear Kyle talking about how the these things that we're already using, right? Like magnesium sulfate, potassium sulfate, and people make a big deal about the sulfates, and then you listen to them and it resonates, and then Matt brings certain things up, kind of helps you make sense of it. And that's the beauty of coming on here is I get to hear you guys kind of make sense of what's already working.
Yeah. Sulfur is required for your plant to even flower in the first place. It's the flowering element in your plant. And it's also, especially with cannabis, we have a lot of sulfur-based terpenes that when isoprene is formed, it can either go two ways. It can bond with a sulfur molecule and become a sulfur-based terpene, or turn into a monoterpene and therefore to a sesquiterpene, right? But at that point, isoprene must connect with the with a sulfate in order to become some of those skunkier terps.
So using things responsibly is where it's at. And I get a little salty, and I'm not trying to make a pun, with especially cannabis growers when they have burnt tips and they're proud of it and they're proud of like stacking ECs to crazy numbers, and like none of that is cool and it doesn't make good cannabis. And so less is more. And then we're all talking about the chelators. Less is even more. Like when you start using fulvic acid, your nutrient absorption is in half. So you're cutting your feed in half. And to me, that's like that's what gets me excited. Not hearing someone who's like, yeah, I got burnt tips, but I got good yield, and like guaranteed your flavor's not there, and good yield and hard nug doesn't equate to good smoking herb. You know, like that
You know what?
perfect texture.
That's your opinion, and I agree with it. Like, it's kind of like my opinion. Like, I feel the same exact way, but like some people are kind of like, no, I need to hit those numbers, and that's the bottom line. And they're my friends, so I don't want to be harsh on them either.
When people hit those numbers, they hit those numbers because they feel that they're missing something, but they're overdoing it in order to make up for the fact that they're missing in the first place.
Yeah, and I don't like being harsh.
I run a max at like 1,000 ppm. Right now, my last run, I try to push it because it's a competition just to see what I can do at 1,300. But I don't even like going that high, and you don't need to go that high.
And you know, like I totally agree with Wesley. Like, you know, I have friends that they do that, and I don't want to be like I have friends that are good growers, you know, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm like, it's weird. Like I say these things and then I feel like I'm being harsh, you know. But at the same time, I feel like the plant gets to express itself a little better when you're just not blasting it like that. And like every single genetic that you have has its own individual flavor to it, versus when you're just doing that to it, I feel like that might be taking, just kind of like making everything the same, and other things too.
Right.
Dude, I have 10 jars.
I gotta get going, but cheers, y'all. Matt, awesome show.
Levels.
Wesley,
Cheers,
Josh, hit me up, brother.
Levels, I appreciate you.
Anytime, brother. You already know. Stoke, see y'all on Discord later on.
Right,
Matt, awesome show, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Fuck yeah. Cheers, chat. Y'all have a blessed night, man. Grow.
Hey, I believe for watering, it's what, 10% of your gallon of soil in watering at like when they need to be watered, you go 10%.
That's right.
What's the point you're making there? Because I got lost there, Wesley.
KBF asked, what's the proper amount of water for a 10-gallon?
Oh, you was answering the question. Gotcha. All right.
And how often?
Yeah, Wesley. I mean, you know, yeah, you obviously know what you're talking about, but yeah, 10% is about what I tend to find to do. If I do more than 10%, then I'll notice that I get a lot of runoff. You know, the soil just can't, the media just can't hold it.
Yeah, if it's soil, you don't want the runoff.
Yeah, because then you're washing away all your nudes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Josh, how do we link up with each other?
So I don't know if you're on IG.
I am.
I could send you my profile on Instagram.
Yeah.
I live in Providence.
All right, dude. I'm 20 minutes away from you.
I'm on the line of Johnston and Providence. But yeah, this is gonna be a really tasty harvest that I got going on. Like I have a friend that's very critical, very, very critical, and he was like, he walked into my garden today and he was like, oh my God, like you did it. Because he's just a super critical dude. And he was like, yo, I can't, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. He's like, I can't wait to smoke this. Because I went through so many nutrient lines throughout the years. I mean, I've used Canna, I've used Complete, I've used Mills, I've used Kelp for Less, which I've used Raw MPK, which is one of the best, by the way.
Yeah.
And then I've used Kelp for Less, which is the knockoff of it. And then I came over to the Jacks because I just was trying to be like efficient and save money.
Yeah.
He laughs. because everybody I talked to about Jackson, I'm like, they're like, you use Jackson? I'm like, yeah. They're like, why? And I'm like, whoa, what's wrong with it? They're like, no, why are you so damn cheap? But
It's,
but
it's a good overall solution, but you need to add more to it.
yeah, it needs backup for sure. But yeah, man, like throughout the journey, like I had fun like doing this, like, and I'm still, I think I'm still having fun. And sometimes I go on my kind of like little like windows where I'm not learning anything, and I'm just kind of like doing my thing, and then I come back, and then I go on my spurts of like learning again. And I feel like recently, like this has just been like a really good spurt of learning.
Yeah. Well, we're at 7:30, so I'm gonna end it here. Everybody, thanks for a good show. And
Hey, appreciate you having me on, Matt.
Yeah, no,
Peace,
Thank you,
Wesley, and want to say peace to Stoke Smoke and everybody else in the live.
Yeah, thank you, Matt, and good to see you again, Wesley and Josh.
Yeah, you for coming out, man.
Thanks, everyone in the live. All right, take care, brothers.